Alright, this video picks up where the last one left off, so this is 10.2, which is section views. So you're going to want to open cross-section 1. And in here you will see that this wall is going right through these stairs. You may remember this from last year. If I show you a 3D view, you'll probably remember it. I'm going to cut through the house so that you can see what I'm talking about. So if I zoom in here and look at these stairs, do you see this wall that's literally coming up through your stairs? That does not work. And you knew this when you drew the basement floor plan. Here, I'll show you the basement floor plan. You see this wall is going right through the stairs. So what it wants you to do is change this so that it doesn't happen while you're in the section view. So it wants you to see that you can, in fact, move walls while you're in the section view. So you want to use the Align tool. So make sure you're on Modify. Go to Align. You're going to pick this opening in the floor first, and then pick the outside side of that wall next, and lock that. Okay. And now you should be able to go back to your 3D view, and you'll see that that stair, hopefully, is not being cut off by a wall. So yep, now it looks like a truly wide open stairway. Okay, the other change that I want you to do while you're in a section view, so go back to the cross-section view, and you'll see that this opening is actually touching the ceiling or even a little bit above the ceiling, which would not look very good. So what I want you to do, and these are the kinds of things that perhaps you would only notice if you're in a section view. So you want to click on this opening, and you are going to duplicate this and change the height of it. So if you remember, you hit Edit Type, Duplicate, and now the name is going to be by 80. Now you'll actually change the height to 80 inches. Hit OK. And now that changed this wall, or this opening, to be short enough that it's not touching the ceiling. The last change that I want you to do is from the longitudinal section. I'm going to change this back to simply black and white, so we're not in color view. And it wants you to notice that, wait, let me see here. That doesn't look quite right. You need to be able to see some lights in there, so hold on a second. All right. So I think because of where I placed my section view, you're only seeing this one light. You can see this is an actual light. If you want to see more lights, what you could do is go to the first floor and pull this up a little bit so that it splits the stairs a little bit more. A little below that arrow. And now go back to your section view. And basically what I want you to see here is that there is not room in the ceiling for these lights. So this is the light, and this right here is the floor. So the ceiling is literally going through the floor, which does not work. You need room below your floor to have your light. So what you need to do is lower your ceiling, basically. So I'm going to click on this and change the ceiling height right here to just 6 feet. And now you'll see, now you can see those other lights behind it. So that's why we weren't seeing them before. It was literally being cut out by the floor. All right, so now the ceiling has been lowered. There's room for the recessed light fixtures, and the lights lowered automatically with them because the lights are attached to the ceiling. Okay, the last thing you need to do in this part of the textbook is to add what's called the footing or strip footing below your house. This is the part of the concrete wall that goes below your basement wall. So here's your basement wall. The footing is, like I've described in the past, it's like the snowshoe or the load-bearing member of the wall. So the weight of these basement walls gets put onto that. So to do that, we're going to switch to the TO footing plan, floor plan. There it is. And these are your basement walls. So we are going to click the wall tool, and we are going to pick 24-inch footing. Right here. All right, you need to make sure that this is set to base constraint of BO footing. You want wall center line to be set for your location line. make sure chain is checked, which it typically is. So you want to start picking at the intersection of wall center lines. So what that means is we're going to just, unlike typically, we normally pick the outside of these walls, we're going to pick just the center lines. And now you're just going to go through and do this the whole way around. If you remember, the garage walls are thinner over here because they have the earth inside of them. Now you can right click or hit escape. Now if you switch back to cross-section 1 view, you will actually see that there is a footing now. So here's your footing. That wasn't there before. This is the weight distribution member, so the weight of this wall gets put down onto this footing. You can also see, if I go to over here, here's the same footing. And do you see now these level names might make sense. There's TO footing, which is top of, and BO footing, which is bottom of footing. That is it for this part of the chapter. The next video will cover 10.3.